Today we're going to make some Christmas cards out of faux vellum that I made out of napkins. Come on in.
Hello everybody, it's Julia Laird with Senior Susie Stamps, and today I wanted us to talk a little bit about faux vellum that I'm making with napkins and laminate. I'm going to laminate one side of the paper napkin and then we'll see what we can come up with. But there's a new twist today, and that it's not this side of the paper napkin that I'm going to be laminating. It is this side, the one that we normally just kind of toss away or keep because we can't figure out what to do with it. So I thought today we would do something fun and make a few Christmas cards with this sheet of paper napkin. So come on over to the desk and join me. Okay, I've got my laminator sitting over to the side here, and I'll bring it in screen when we need it. But I wanted to first of all show you some cards that I made with some laminated napkins. Now, this is laminated shiny side out, and this one is also. I hope you can see the shine on that. But this one is laminated with the shiny side to the back, so it's just got that soft, nice little paper napkin feel. And these are all very nice and translucent. One thing I did discover, you can put this on with art glitter glue. It has no problem at all. But when you turn it this way, you cannot use ATG on it. It leaves a tape line. It doesn't leave it if you're doing it this way with the shiny side out. So just be aware of that. Now, I've not had any trouble using art glitter glue either way. So I guess art glitter glue is my adhesive of choice for using laminated pieces in the studio. Now, let's talk first about laminating pouches, because I found these letter size laminating pouches from Amazon Basics, and it's 202-2097. There's a quantity of 50 in the box, and they are 9 by 11.5 inches. So they're a lot less expensive than some of the others, but these are nice quality laminating pouches. Now, they're not super heavy, but they're adequate for what I want to do in my studio. And they come in this nice cardboard box which opens up, and you can get access to your pouches fairly easily that way. Now, let's get started with these over here, because I want 2 pieces of copy paper. I should have already had these over here, but I spazzed it. Sorry. Okay, so I'm going to open up my pouch, which sometimes is easier said than done. Now, I'm going to lay these down in there, just like you were going to laminate 2 pieces of paper together. And now I'm going to go ahead and laminate this piece. And I think I want it the soft side out so that you get the texture on cards, because I don't need that much white today. And I'm just going to lay this down, face down towards the white, so that the shiny side is going to be on the back. And I see a Cordelia hair in there. Imagine that. That fat cat leaves me more little gifts. There. Now. Okay. So that's all I'm going to do to that side. And I'm going to turn it on this side. And I'm going to put this piece of plain white in. Now, let me show you. Give me just a second here to get these little wrinkles lined out of this piece here. Okay, I think my laminator's ready. I'm going to run this through. It won't take but just a minute. And while we're doing that, I want to show you these pieces that I've worked on already. These are some of the white ones that I have already run through. They're shiny on one side, of course, and then they're just the paper on the other side. Now, we're going to take these today, and I'm going to do some ink spray, and then we're going to use it on some cards, and I want to show you some cards that I've already done using that. This is Stamperia paper. I just think it's gorgeous. But look, this is that same piece of paper, and all I did was to take some of that ultramarine watered down ink that I have. You've seen me use it before, and I just oversprayed. And then I glued it down and put my little embellishments on top of it, and it's good to go. And here's another one. Now, the reason this one has the strip on it is because I was trying the ATG gun. Well, it left a big old stripe right down there, so I had to cover it up. And fortunately, I had a piece of scrap in this paper because I have very, very little of this paper left. Now, these little brown edges are some Love from Lizzie peel-offs that I thought kind of tied the whole card together very nicely. Okay. Let's see what we got. I'm going to run that through twice. And I don't know why, except that I have seen people say run it through twice. That's all I know. I'm pretty new to this game. And while I'm saying that, let me find the lady's name. I have it written down here someplace. It was Ann Melvin with Positively Papercraft. I had this thought about laminating napkins, but she's the one who really solidified my concept on putting the pieces of copy paper between. And so I encourage you to go over to Positively Papercraft and look and see what she's done with her laminator, because she has some really cool stuff over there. I'm impressed with some of the things that she's made. Now, when this finishes, what we're going to do is to cut it apart and pull it apart so that we can harvest the laminated paper napkins. Almost done, so just be patient. We're almost there. Okay. Now I'm going to turn that off and get it out of the road. And I don't know if you can see or not, but that paper napkin only goes to here, so I've got plenty of cut room. And all I'm doing is just cutting the laminated edge apart so that I can separate these sheets. There. Now, I don't know if you recall or not, but when I put these in, they had some wrinkles in them, and this is completely wrinkle-free now, except for that little place where I crunched it when I was tearing the paper off. Probably not a good idea to do that. So I'll use this in a future card because it's not really Christmassy, but today we're going to be working off of this paper, and I think I'm just going to go ahead and cut so that I don't wrinkle the edges on this one. The reason I like this concept is because it gives you another texture on your card, and there's a translucent quality to it. There. So now this is the piece of laminated napkin, and this is the white sheet. So you can see there's a world of difference there in the translucent quality of that. Now I do want to do some music notes, and I'm going to use this clear stamp from Hot Off the Press and just manipulate it by hand. I want to use some rich cocoa ink today because I have some black ones over here, and I just want to use the brown ones a little bit. Probably better get something up underneath my stamping surface here. And I'm just going through and giving this a little bit of a music background texture that's a little loose, because I want to be able to take pieces of it and use them as little pieces of faux vellum. There, I think that's plenty. That'll give us maybe just a little bit more here in the center. Set that aside. Now, I want to cut a couple of pieces off of this to use today. And I'm going to use my guillotine trimmer. And what I have found is when you're cutting this, you have to be not aggressive with your trimmer, but for lack of a better term, you have to be firm with it and hold it well here, and then push your blade against the edge there, because if you don't, it just bends. So I think I'm going to do a 4-inch piece here. And then, let's see, I think I'll make this about 5 3/4, and then I think I'll back up on that other measurement, because I have a mini slimline card that I want to make today with some pieces of this Stamperia paper. Make it 2 3/4. There. Okay, I've got 2 ink sprays here. One is ultramarine blue and the other is burnt umber. Let me get my little Teflon mat. There. Now, all we're going to do is just a little overspray, and a light one at that. And so I think I'm going to hold it up a little bit and then back my spray bottle back a little bit. That may be about all I need. It doesn't take much, because the napkin absorbs. There. In fact, I tried to add a little color to some snowmen that I stamped on these, and I used a very dry paintbrush, and that didn't work, and I used an alcohol marker, and that didn't work either. So this is the best way I've found to add kind of a little overall color, but I also can go back in then with some ink and do a little ink blending. So I think this makes the white portion of your napkin really versatile. What do you think? Leave me a comment. Have you ever done this? I had never done this before the other day. I've been working on it for several days, and I thought, oh, that's pretty cool. Because, you know, vellum's kind of expensive, and you can't always find exactly what you're looking for, especially if you want some pattern on it. Okay, I think that's probably enough for today. I always tend to overdo. Sorry. Okay, now let's get that out of the road. I'm not exactly sure where this is going, so bear with me. Maybe something along the lines of that would be pretty cool. And then make a, you know, I really just don't even think we need this piece. That's just neat. I like that a lot. I'm going to glue this down. I don't over glue it, but from what I've seen, of course it may disappoint me today, I don't know, but from what I've seen, you can be generous with your glue on this. And it has that nice little fabric-y kind of texture. And you can smidge it around a little bit if you need to. And it's not fragile like a paper napkin is. There. So I'm thinking something along the lines of this in a vintage Happy Christmas card. I think we will use some scissors. Well, first of all, I could probably cut that to 6 1/4. And then you can use some little scissors here to give it kind of a little decorative edge, so it's not just a straight piece of paper. There. That gives it just a little bit of interest there. It kind of disappears on that background though, doesn't it? But I think it's going to be okay. I'll put this up on some foam for sure. One of the things about Stamperia paper is you can use the front cover and the back cover, and every single piece has gorgeous artwork on it, and it's always a challenge to me to figure out what I'm going to use, because you know, when you get kind of close down into the bottom of the paper pack, you're tending to hoard it, because, or I am, because it's such gorgeous paper. I'm just getting rid of that little white edge there because I just don't like it showing. And this is going to be a little vintage card. Now I'm going to try tying a little bit of something on here. Let me go see what I can find. I'll be right back. Hey, it's Julia, and I'm breaking in again to ask you all, if you are interested, please subscribe in my channel. We're almost to 1,000 subscribers, and I really appreciate your taking the time to do that today. Hit the like button if you've seen something today that you like, and leave me a comment. I always try to read every one of them and respond to them. So thank you, I appreciate it. I'm going to put a little bit of ATG tape runner down the back, and all I'm going to do is kind of loosely wrap this twine just to give it another little texture for the outside of this card. This is some twine that was my mother's. I enjoy using it. Mom was a weaver, and so she had all kinds of textile things, and I couldn't really participate in that because it just killed my allergies. So, but I do enjoy using some of the things that she left. And I think this is going to be a pretty cool little treatment to this strip. It's a little different, isn't it? Not something that we normally see. Now, I'm wondering if a bow will work on this or not. We'll have to see. Now, oh, that's definitely vintagey looking, isn't it? Do we like it that way, or do we like it this way better? I'm thinking a bow is going to work on that. Okay, good deal. Let's see if we can get this glued down. I am a little wondering how this is going to work. So we'll just heavy hand our glue here and hope for the best. And I think I'm going to put it up this way. There we go. And now I'm going to put a couple of these on, just so that it gets some good contact. And we'll work on a little sentiment. Yeah, I think that'll work. Do we like the pink? We need a little pink in there, don't we? How about over here? Okay, let's try that and see what we think. It's a little soft, but let's try it and see. I'm just going to square the edges up, and I'm going to use my little small 1/4 inch quarter rounder. That's what I used on the Santa, so I think this will help tie that together. I'm just going to brown the edges using that same ink. Oh, and I got some on there. I think that's going to be all right. Let's take a little ink and make that look like it's not such a boo-boo. And just stress it just a little bit. There we go. That is okay. I'm going to try to order some more of this paper this year, because it has just been such a joy to work with. Now I already have some foam on this piece. I think I'm going to have to put a second piece on the top, because part of it's going to go up on top of this. And that'll raise it up enough that it'll sit on the card level then. I'm going to try to get his little ski track level with the bottom, and then let him go. There. And 2 was probably a little bit too much. Well, it's down now, so that's where it's going to stay. But I do want to put a little bow on this guy and see how that looks. I believe I'm going to double him. I doubled it so that it would have extra tail. And have a little more substance to the bow itself. There. And there we are. All evened up now. Oh, I like it. What do you think? Let me know. Let me know in the comments if you like it or not. If you don't like it, I won't send it to you. Oh, gracious sakes. You know, I have yet to have a Christmas card returned to me that says, I don't like this card. Oh, I'm sorry. You have to laugh at yourself, don't you? That little ubu is all gone. I love it when things come together. Let's see if we've got some, you know, I really kind of like this color, and I used this color. Ooh, what do you think? Let's see if I got some left on this sheet here. I think I do. So today's one of those kind of loose and goosey days where my plan wasn't exactly firm. And I hope that didn't distress you all, because it doesn't bother me at all. This is the way it goes in my studio all the time. I just kind of come up and play, and whatever comes out of it, comes out of it. Oh, I got an extra green one. I don't need you. Go back in there. Now let's see where we're going to put these little guys. Get my little picker tool here. How about that? Yep, I'm liking it. There we are. And number 3. I'm doing this wrong hand today. All right, so there we have it. An interesting little wrap treatment. Vellum made out of a paper napkin, the white side that we were probably going to throw away, and then a little double twine bow. So here's the 3 cards that were used with the white paper side of the Faux Vellum paper napkin. I just think they're great, and I hope you enjoy them, and I hope you'll try them and use up some of those white sheets that you tear off your napkins. So let me know in the comments if you like them, and y'all have a great week, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.